Good morning, everybody. New day, happy Friday. Weekend is here. Let's see what's going on. All right. Starting with the ES. Right now, pre-market just it's interesting. The 4 hour, because we are in the range, just going between 4100, 4110, and 4147, or just say 4100 and 4150. Um, because we're just going up and down in the range, the 4 hour MACD ES is just keep golden crossing, dead crossing. So it's not solid what's going on. But right now, pre-market on the ES, we got a 4 hour golden cross again. And the most important right now is daily. Daily we got a yellow bar yesterday, and today we got a yellow bar again. So if these bars start rising and then MACD golden crosses, if ES MACD golden crosses daily, it can run up. And it's all about right now, market focus is all about what do you call it, the depth ceiling. So if that goes away, we can run up and push crazy higher. And but if it continues, we're probably gonna be in the range. If it gets serious, we can break the bottom of the range and go lower. So keep that in mind. Pre-market right now, 5 is up, 15:30 no clear direction. 1 hour, I mean, it's still MACD is up, and 4 hour, as I said, got a golden cross there. NQ, it broke above this big resistance level, so 13350. And next target level, if continues going higher, which most likely should, we're looking at 14156.547. Still we are very bullish on 4 hour and daily. 4 hour is not that cross yet in last few days. And but at the same time we got dark blue bar, which shows a little bit of weaknesses. But techs, as in general, there's strong money is just flowing in there. One day they attack Google, one day they go to AMD, Nvidia, one day today Tesla, another day. So they just picking name by name, sector by sector. One day they attack, like last 2 weeks they did the clouds and all these names. Anyhow, pre-market right now in NQ5 is up, 1530 is a little bit downward, but it's curving up. If we do get a golden cross on MACD and the 15 and 30, we can run up higher. In general, right now 1 hour is downward, but it can divert up if 15 and 30 got a golden cross, and 4 hours still bullish. TNX point 0.3 daily is downward. The lower this goes, the more interesting it's gonna get, because it shows a sign inflation is coming down and stuff. DXY is still in the bullish pattern, because daily is up and then the 4 hour is still golden cross. So and MACD TTM squeeze upward, so pay attention to the DXY. Pre-market right now, 5 is dead cross and is a little bit showing weakness and is hovering around 102 level. Always keep an eye on DXY. Always say DXY goes up, it can pull back text. If it goes down, it can push them up crazy up. Wix is just getting weaker and weaker every day. Until we don't get a MACD golden cross on weekly, this trend is still down. TTM squeeze on the daily, we're getting dark blue bar and the red bar today most likely. If the daily dead crosses, that's a good sign, and it's gonna go lower and probably maybe retest the lows again. Pre-market right now, 5 is down, 15 and 30 is a little bit upward, just hovering around between 16 and 1639 and 1672. If the 15 and 30 dead cross down, we can go higher. But if the 1 hour MACD golden crosses, next target is 1726 and 1812. Always keep an eye on VIX. If VIX goes up, market goes down. VIX goes down, market can run up higher. SPX right now is around 4150. It's all about breaking 4150 mental level. Breaks that one, we're looking at 4169, 4170. That was one of the highs that we had before. Here you can see 4170. Breaks that one, then we're looking at 4200. We'll see what market reaction gives at open. BTC continues going lower, but pre-market right now looking a little bit bottoming. 1530 is upward, 1 hour is golden crossing. We need to get a yellow bar on the 4 hours showing real sign of bottom, otherwise there's still chance going lower. Apple, Apple 5 is golden cross, 1530 is downward. They did a dividend of 24 cents. But it's still just holding up there. It was interesting yesterday. A lot of calls came in, deep in the money calls, and I'm really getting convinced that these calls are meant to sell to buy and sell to open, and then they lock it later for a lower price. Once the stock goes down, the premium becomes lower, and over time, options decay and price gets lower by the time passes. But anyhow, these options are all expiring next week, so it's something really interesting to watch out for. Because there will most of them were expiration next week. A lot of times the deep in the money comes is for, like, 6 months, 1 year later, and it's just crazy. But this one was interesting, was for next week. Amazon made a new high, 112 yesterday, 113 actually. They hit the 112.97 level and went a little bit higher, 113 to 928. If it manages to get above there, next targets we're watching is 114.79, and 116.69 is a super major level. Pre-market right now 5:15:30, 1 hour is downward. 4 hour we're still bullish there. We don't have a dark blue bar, so there is still chances to go higher. Needs to defend 111.85. If it can hold there, there is a possibility to pull back to 110.42. So these are the two key levels you want to watch. 111.05, 110 for support downward, and 112.97 for uprise. And also the 113.28, the high of yesterday. Pre-market doesn't look too bullish. Nvidia last few days, it just is a little bit on the sell-off. And the most interesting thing is right now, 4 hour we're getting a dark blue bar. Keep in mind, these bitcoins, these old cryptos, they using mining devices use chips and GPU, and the more activity in cryptos, the more mining devices they need, all semis and stuff. So because of that, if crypto goes down, so there's less profit in mining and there's less purchase, so it affects it. So if you notice yesterday, every time Bitcoin was falling, Nvidia followed very fast. Pre-market right now 5:15 is upward, 15 and 30 is MACD is golden crossing, 1 hour is curved up, but at the same time 4 hour is pressured down. We still don't have daily MACD is still not clear signal what's going on, but at the same time there is a slowdown. If you notice here on the weekly, we're getting a dark blue bar. So if it doesn't, if most likely it will close dark blue bar, and it's showing deceleration. This dark blue bar is showing sign of deceleration. As I mentioned, dark blue bar, when changes color, TTM is squeezed from light blue to dark blue, there's few signs. Either means change of direction, going down, or deceleration, slowing down, or consolidation. In this situation right now is deceleration. I mean, it's hard to pass 300, need a catalyst, news, or something. For Nvidia, just keep in mind, a lot of time at the open is a lot volatile. So what you want to watch is, right now it's inside the box between 285 or 285.1, 285.87. So what if it passes, if it gets above there and passes 287, we can run up to 288 and 289.56, maybe 290 if it continues getting a 15 and 30 minutes MACD golden cross. But right now it's showing a little bit weaknesses, pulling back. If it goes below 285 mental level, we can go retest the low of yesterday, which was, I think, 280, 282, yeah. 282 level, so 284, 283, 282. It's getting volatile, pressure is down, so we'll see how the actions goes at open. Baba, very nice run last few days. MACD golden cross. Pre-market right now 5 is up, 15 is up, 30 minutes is downward, but we're getting a yellow bar. It's a little bit gap down. As I said yesterday, Hong Kong needs to validate this run up. So far not too much, so US is running it up, but in Hong Kong is pulling it back. Right now is between 85 and 87. If it managed to jump up above 87.59, it can go and retest the high of yesterday. And probably before earnings next week is high chance 90.56 to come. If gets crazy, 93.53 can come. But if it goes below 85 today, it can lose the gains, but doubt if that happens. Bidu had a nice run up yesterday. It joined Baba. It was just non-stop. You can see here. I always pay attention when the TTM squeeze bars are on the rise. It can rise until you see here the color change. When the color change, the bar gets smaller. That means the acceleration. deacceleration, consolidation, then the MACD that crosses, then pullback. So always pay attention. You see how beautiful the bar rise and then comes down. Bar MACD goes and then dead cross. This is what beauty of technical analysis. I mean the technical indicators are. So anyhow, it's still bullish on the 4 hour and daily, but pre-market right now in 15 and 30 and 1 hours downward. So um, what you want to watch here is 122. If you can't hold it, I can go back to 120 and 119 retest. But if it gets above 120.93, then you can run up higher to the higher level. 124, 126, and 127 is the next target. Earning is next week there. Netflix, it was interesting yesterday because of Disney pullback. Disney losing subscription members. Because of that, it started rising up, and it was just non-stop. Again, another one TTM squeeze. You can see in this case it was deacceleration, and then but it didn't. MACD didn't get cross, so it was just lower speed but smaller speed, but it still continued going higher because the 30 was still very very bullish. So you want to always combine 15 and 30 together. That's why I have them together. Pre-market right now 5, 15, 30 was downward. If 1 hour dead crosses, it can have pullback. Next support we're watching is 343, 340, 337. There is a small chance retest 337, very very little, because right now 15, 30 and 5 is down. Only if 1 hour dead crosses. Needs to break 343. But if it holds 343 at open and then the 5 minutes golden cross, it's possible that this get diverted up, and if 15 and 30 MACD golden crosses, gets above 345 and passes above the high of pre-market, which is 346.94, then the next target we're watching is 349.5, 354.07. 4 hour is getting a dark blue bar, so it's shine, as I said, a sign of weakness. So just be careful playing Netflix today. A little bit at open, watch, see what's gonna happen on 15 and 30. Meta pre-market right now 5 is down, 15.30 was downward, 1 hour is dead cross. It's just a little bit acting like a yo-yo last few days. There is still pressure down because of the daily, but the 4 hour it got very nicely upward, and yesterday was very interesting. Pre-market was very bearish and was pointing down, but as soon as it opened it jumped up. So pay attention today. A lot of time when the name jumped during the day at the open and then pulls back in the close, there is a chance that repeats the same the next day. So what you want to watch today is 237.15 right now is hovering around it. If the 5 minutes golden cross at open, it jumps at 5 minutes golden cross, 15 and 30 can follow. The next target you're watching is 238, 239, 240. Doubt it goes to 244, but you never know. If it goes below 236, because right now it's still downward, and next support we're looking is 235, 234, and 232. Tesla, the most interesting one. Why I got bullish on Tesla yesterday? Because I'll show you why. This is really interesting. So yesterday Tesla was just up and down. Premiums were dying. Premiums were, even though it was just rounding up, it was just premium was dying. But if you notice during the day, it made a high, it pulled back, then it made a new higher high, then it pulled back, then into the close, while everybody was just hanging around a little bit up and down, this one started rising up. And the 15 and 30 was bullish. I'm not talking about this part, I'm talking about this part before the news come. 15 and 30 was bullish and made a new higher high. And then 170.47 is the key level. And pre-market and before the news come and everything, 15, 30, 1 hour, everything was bullish. TTM squeeze were on the rise. And you can see here 30 minutes, even before the news come in, it was light blue bar. And the 1 hour MACD golden cross. A lot of times I notice on Tesla, when 1 hour MACD golden cross during the day, it has a high chance the next day gaps up. So this is the key, but a lot of time needs a strong close to validate it. And at the same time, what was the most interesting thing, I mean, you can go on demand, click on demand and Thinkorswim, and go to the day before and check at 2:30 how the indicators were. I don't have time to do it right now, maybe another time, but you can see on the 2:30 or 2 o'clock, the TTM squeeze were almost the same bar, almost the same size. So because they were the same size, they were about to change color. So it's always want to pay attention to the change of color. As I said, when I said for dark, light blue bar to dark blue bar, what happens? Same thing. When it changed from red to yellow, you want to catch it there. Why? Because that means either it's gonna reverse up, or it's just gonna change direction, or it's deaccelerating for drop. That's okay. So anyhow, the bar became same size almost, and it was about to get yellow bar, and it hit 170.47. If you notice here, it hit 170.47. It gave a little bit pullback, faked a little bit out, but then as soon as news came out, boom, it jumped. Anyhow, that's about that. 5 minutes is upward. What I want to say, another thing I want to say is, Tesla IV is crazy down, is a lot down. Is right now is under even zero point 0.4. And another beauty about Tesla is you want to watch the premium. Right now you can see they're increasing the premium a little bit step by step. Let me show you on this chart actually. So premiums were 3.5, right now is 3 point, getting close to 3.36, 36. So what you want to watch on Tesla is the IV. IV is the most important thing in Tesla. If the IV continues going higher, it doesn't even matter if it pulls back. It will continue going higher because the IV is going higher, or the premium is gonna go high because IV is the most important thing. When IV goes up, means the algos predicting that this is gonna go higher. Anyhow, pre-market right now, 5 is flat, 15.30 is flat, but it's still not the most important thing is 30. 30 is still not dead cross. If 30 dead crosses, then we can have pullback. The 1 hour is still very, very, very bullish up. We don't have a dark blue bar, and the 4 hour is super, super bullish. And you can see here, yellow is just right, bar is on the rise. On Tesla, what you want to watch today is at open two key level, 174.87 and 177.59. If 174.87 breaks and the 30 MACD dead crosses, means that they don't believe in the new CEO, nothing's gonna change, and market doesn't like the news, which is a very, very less chance, but you can pull back to 172 and 170.47. Very, very less chance. But if it does break 177.59, sky is the limit, and the targets are 178.95, 181.15, and 183.35. 177.59 and 183.35. This is a major level. Once it passed 177.59 on high volume and is strong, 183 has high chance to come. And as usual, if it gets really crazy and Tesla wants to do a 10% day, for now I think is what three for let's see what percentage. So right now is 176 almost, divided by 172, so yeah, it's almost 2.3%. So if it goes like to 5% and 6%, there is chances that it can do 10%. And if it does that, the next major level to watch is 184, 186, 191.11, 190, 181.11 is the next major level. So if it passes 183, it can get crazy and go to 189. It's all about volume, it's all about IV, and needs to get a 15 MACD golden cross. So if you see at open a jump up and the 5 min MACD golden cross, and the 15 does the same, and then you get light blue bar on the 30 minutes and breaks 177.59, all these are a signal that we're gonna have a super crazy squeezy day. And also pay attention to IV. When the IV goes up, means algos are a believer that this is gonna be bullish. All right, that's enough for Tesla. Microsoft pre-market right now, 5 is flat, 15 down, 30 is down, 1 hour is downward. A lot of time this one right now is just between 306 and 310. 310 is just up and down, but a lot of time it can go down, but then does recovery. Same thing yesterday happened. It came down at open, it dropped to 306, and then it did took all day to recover to back to 310. Pre-market right now, 4 hour is dead cross, and we're getting a dark blue bar, but it's still bullish on daily and weekly, and that's why it's still there is deep buyers and every dip getting bought. Google It's 117.58 is a hard level right now. Needs to pass that to right into the higher next level, which is 118.47, 119.63. Wait for the 30 minutes and 1 hour MACD golden cross. Once that happens, most likely 120 come. Maybe not today, maybe next week. Need some catalyst to happen. But for now, with the levels to watch is it's gonna be just up and down between 115.53 and 117.58. These are the two levels you want to watch. Goes below 115, it can go downtrend. Breaks 117.58 or the high of yesterday 117.92, goes to the next level higher. um AMD, it's just in the zone right now. As I mentioned, I don't know if I showed you guys before. Any name that runs up, it comes up like this, consolidate like this, and then it can come down. So that's how cycle works. Cycle works like this. Okay, so I mean this part make it flat. So right now AMD came up crazy, and then right now is in the consolidation. Is making a range for ready for next move. I mean, it can be upward, it can be downward, or it can continue flat as long as it wants. But right now, AMD, if you look at the 4 hour chart, it's establishing a range. So most likely premium for long term is gonna go a little bit lower unless it breaks 100. For now, for today, 5 is up, 1530 is upward. If MACD on the 1 hour golden crosses and you see a jump up past 97.51, we're looking at retest of the highs of this week, which is 98.49 level and 100.07 and 101.66 levels to watch. 4 hour is a little bit pressure down, but it still has chance to run up. Still no, until it doesn't break 96.26. Yeah, 96.26 was the big support last few days, last 3 days. So that's the bottom of the range. If it breaks 96 level, then we go into 95, 94 next support, but it's still not too low. And then we can see if the trend is gonna change or go lower. But for now, trend is up, but wait for the breakout. Boeing, a little bit up. Yesterday, this name again was very interesting. Was got the 1 hour golden cross and it start bouncing up crazy. Mentioned in the service. It's opening up a little bit, but nothing crazy so far. 5 minutes is up. No clear direction on 15 and 30. 1 hour is still up and 4 hours up. If daily MACD golden crosses breaks 203, we're looking at 205.02, 205.2, and 208.57 next target. I like that the daily MACD is golden crossing. SPY is all about 413.8. Breaks that one. We're looking at 414.74 and 415.93. What's most interesting is that we got a lot of dark pool order, more than 30 on this area, and we got a lot of dark pool orders in this area, which means the range is this and the shorts are short here and the longs are long in this level. Breaks either one is gonna be a crazy squeeze. So these are the two levels you want to watch. Even it broke 410 last few days, a few times. It pulled back up. 408 was another support, but it pulled back up. So anyhow, pre-market right now 5 is down, 1530 is downward. If MACD and the 1 hour dead crosses misses 413.14, we can go to the lower level and retest the lows of yesterday, 411 and 410.35. But if it does break 413.8 and goes strong and 15 and 30 MACD golden crosses, we can get close to 415.93. Breaks 416, we're looking at 418.92, 421 and 423 next targets. QQQ, the strongest ETF so far, and right now pre-market 5 is no clear direction. 15 is a little bit downward, 30 is a little bit downward, but they flattening. So if it does break 327.56 at open, next target we're looking at is for 328, 330. A little bit not too strong pre-market. 1 hour is downward and 4 hours curved down. Still, until the 4 hour is not dead cross, there is still chance for Q going up, QQ going up. And just keep in mind, every time market goes down or dips, triple Q is one of the most strongest that bounces back the fastest. Um, Anyhow, that's pretty much it. Did a little bit long video. Sorry about that. MSTR continue going lower on the Bitcoin. We'll see where Bitcoin goes, but right now it's a little bit bottoming there. Snow CRWD, MDB, all these crazy names that had runners were running last few days crazy. They got 4 hour MACD dead cross, so they're a little bit slowing down. Wait for the next golden cross for next run up. What else we got here? That's pretty much it. SMCI, pay attention to keep an eye on that one. We got a 4 hour MACD, a 4 hour TTM. We got a yellow bar. It's still very bullish on the daily and weekly. If the MACD golden cross on the 4 hour, we can go shoot up higher. That one, the next target is 142.45 and 152.88 is the next major level. Etsy getting interesting yesterday. Got a MACD golden cross there. Next target is 98, then 101 and 103. What else? You got Pandable, you get an upgrade. So keep an eye on that one for open. If it gets up, we're looking at 204. Next level. EA got an upgrade too. That one, if it passes 126.59, we're looking at 131 next target. FSLR crazily going up right now. I should have covered this one first. Right now, because they occurred in another company, this is super bullish. 5 is up, 15:30, 1 hour. This is just crazy. Look at how bullish this is. 5, 15, TTM squeezed everything. This is sign of really bullishness. In this situation, you want to wait until the 30 gives 15 minutes, give you a dark blue bar. Anyhow, FSLR right now 203. Passes the next, it's already reached the 200.220 major level. So if it passes 203, we're looking at 207, 212, 219. Doubt at 219, but 212 not impossible. 5 is getting a golden cross again and getting a squeezy. Pay attention at open. If it gets, I mean, this is pre-market. Market has to believe it. So anytime you see something jumps pre-market, it needs validation at open by the other people, regular people. So if it goes below 200, which is right now below 200, we want to see if the 5 minutes dead cross. If the 5 minute dead cross can lose all the gains and be a fake jump up. So pay attention to FSLR. That's crazy going on right now. ENPH joining up, joining a little bit. If this one goes, next target is 167.69. UNH, nothing exciting. All right, that's pretty much it. Best of luck today. Again, Tesla. As always, you can lock some profit at open, but in general, there is high chance this continues going on because the 1 hour and 4 hour is very bullish. Even if it dips, it will pull back up, and there's a high chance it does continue for a few days. Best of luck and thank you so much, and please subscribe.